Hey, let's talk about your best OOBE strategy. Okay? How to get out of body. Your best technique. A lot of people who watch these kinds of videos do get out of body. Maybe not all the time, maybe all the time. But some of you guys that can really get out of body a lot have some really great strategies. Okay? So you can share this with me. I want to know, and the other people that watch this stuff. Okay? All right, and then I'll share mine too. Okay? But the whole thing about getting out of body is it's one of the most wonderful things you can ever experience. And unfortunately, it can go sideways for some people. But generally speaking, almost everybody has had at least one out of body experience in their life. And without planning it, it just kind of happened. And have you ever noticed, read about, or experienced the thing where there's you have one out of body experience, you love it, you want to do it again, and no matter what you do, you can't get out? Has that ever happened? Or maybe you had two or three and almost maybes, or you got out and then what that has to do with is that for whatever circumstances in your world, you were able to have the body fall asleep or go into a trance state or a near-death experience, or you died on the operating table and came back. But something happened where the body is either asleep or unconscious or in a deep trance state. But you are awake. Oh yeah. And that's the thing. Body asleep, you awake. That's the magic. Now, that's just part of the story, because you can be awake, but you're in your second body, your astral body, your energy body, whatever you want to call this copy or duplicate body. It's juxtaposed onto the physical, and you can be awake and the body, physical body, asleep, but you're still like stuck. Your astral body is stuck in the physical body. So that's becomes step two of separation. Is you practice one technique or another for separation. So there's mind awake, body asleep techniques to get you to phase one, and that's called oftentimes a phase shift, frequency phase shift, 180 from anyway. Michael Raduga, look him up. OOBE Research Project or something, and he will tell you more about the phase. It's pretty neat stuff. Michael Raduga, the phase, and he's got a whole technique. It's free, it's detailed, it's easy to read and easy to do. It does take work. It's like a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever long it takes to do the work. But that's normal. Everybody has to do that, unless you're lucky and you can get out of body real easily. All right. And some people can get out of body real easily and they don't feel lucky at all. They're afraid of it. They can't control it. Their belief systems are such that they don't want to do it, and they have a limited experience when they do get out of body. Maybe they're just stuck in their room and they don't know what to do and they're afraid, and it just can happen all kinds of ways. But once you understand it, if you read a lot of these books, I got a bunch of books on the shelf about out-of-body experiences and astral travel, astral projection. I've been studying this subject for many, 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 many years, and I've had a lot of out-of-body experiences. But what you want to do is you want to really get fascinated with the subject, so you're thinking about it all the time. You're imagining it. You're reading or watching videos of people's stories when they're out of body, because you want to tune your consciousness and focus in on these realms that are non-physical realms, because where you put your attention, energy flows where attention goes, or something like that. And so, yeah, it's great stuff. You can get into beautiful realms like this, crystal clear, wide awake, loving it, free as a bird. Oh man. And there's just millions upon millions and billions of these kinds of realms. They're called belief system territories or densities, frequencies, alternate realities, parallel universes. They got all kinds of names. And each one of us is creating the realm that we're in unconsciously. But some of us are awake enough in the experience with a more or less unlimited belief system about the realm that we're in, and we can imagine things into existence, simply. People that have a vivid imagination, like right now they're just talking to you and they can close their eyes and they can imagine vividly a scene all around them. They have that ability to create worlds, universes, belief system territories. They are creator beings, and they know they have the ability, and they have it while they're here in this physical world. So when they have a dream or a lucid dream, they will likely be aware, oh, if they wake up and realize they're dreaming, and they go, oh, this was a dream. This same mental image ability that they have, this visualization ability, they have here in the waking life in the physical world, they have in their dream life, their astral experience or their lucid dream or their out-of-body experience. And they can imagine new things in the environment, and they will be there. But it's more natural for us as beings to be in these free, beautiful realms of freedom and liberation of spirit and consciousness. So it's very worthwhile, in my opinion, to learn how to get out of body and practice while you're here, getting out and moving into different planes and densities. And also you're learning about the other realms and the possible places you can go. There are many different kinds of belief system territories that you can go into. There's heaven worlds. There's various religions have their own religious heaven world. And then there's the new agey kind of stuff, and there's many more than just a few of those new agey kind of realms. And there's the anime realms, and literally it seems like you're in an anime TV show or series. It's amazing. All kinds of things. I've been into computer generated, like walk into a computer game world, and so everything's got that 3D CGI graphics look and feel to it, and you can touch it and feel it, but it's like a virtual reality, but even more real than virtual reality, because it's an out-of-body experience. It's a consciousness shift into a different matrix, different realm, reality, belief system territory, alternate reality, parallel universe, whatever you want to call them. But those things exist. And every story you ever read, the world or universe, I don't care if it's a romance novel or a sci-fi or an adventure spy novel or a war novel. That is a universe in that book, and some people have that imagination. We all have it enough to read the book and get into the story, right? But we are creating that reality, that world, and the author created that original universe for his story. And then other people read it and they tune into that story and they are creating it as well. And some people can literally step into the book reality universe and walk around in it and touch it and talk, interact with the people. And there are beings on Earth right now who can step into a TV show or a movie and live it, touchy-feely, 3D all around us. I can't do it, but wow. It's just amazing. So the starting place is learning how to get out of body. So there are various ways and techniques and methods and approaches to getting out. Things to do and things to not do. Things to practice and things to make sure you don't get involved in while working at getting out. So those of you who do get out and have some favorite techniques that have worked for you, share those in comments below, and that'll help the rest of us. So one of my favorite techniques. It's a process. It takes a while, but I listen to the Robert Monroe Focus 10 tapes, or just I listen to the part. You can get all by itself the resonant tuning tape. It's the binaural beats, the hemispherical synchronization stuff. So you listen to that every night. Every night you write down 100 times, I am having an out-of-body experience. My body's asleep and I am awake. Some affirmation thing like that is the sentence that describes it well for you, as if in the now, you are here in the now, I am in my paradise realm. The physical body is asleep and I'm wide awake in my paradise realm. You come up with your own sentence. It's like an affirmation, but you write it down. And as you write it down, you feel it. You practice feeling it deeply, if you can do that. So now you can start bringing in Neville Goddard type manifestation techniques. Like you go to sleep at night, you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, rats, I didn't have an out-of-body experience at all. I just had a few dreams, I can hardly remember them. That's your story. And Neville Goddard will have you revise the story. Revision. The pruning shears of revision. And you were right, oh, I went to bed last night and I had a magnificent out-of-body experience. I went here, I did this, I met this person, I met that person, I did this fun things, and I sang for a while, and that was a lot of fun, and I did this, and you practice everything that Neville Goddard will teach you about about manifesting your reality, but you can apply that to your out-of-body experience. Or you could say, I got the vibrations last night. This is your old story. I got the vibrations, but it was getting real creepy and scary, and I couldn't handle it. I freaked out. I came back. So you rewrite that story in the morning. You go, I got the vibrations last night, and I was calm, and I was able to confront all the emotional stuff, and I stayed quiet and still in mind and body. And the next thing that happened was my face shifted, and the next thing that happened was I started hearing people's voices, and they were friendly. And then I opened my eyes, and I could see wonderful people, loved ones, friends, family. And they're all very happy to see me, and I felt so much love, and it was just absolutely wonderful. This is your new story, Neville Goddard style. Okay, lots of stuff like this. So, one of my favorite techniques is basically the Raduga, Michael Raduga technique. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I have a OOBE and how to get out of body course over at richwest.net. It's got all these sort of things I'm talking about and more over there if you want to try out that course for size. But one of the things in there is the Michael Raduga's stuff. The way he does his technique, I break it down and I talk a lot about it, and but you can get that for free over at Michael Raduga's place. It would be research something or other, or like I said earlier, Google Michael Raduga, the phase, and that'll pop up as a PDF. It's got everything you need in there. So yeah, that's one of my favorite techniques. I use that one. You have a plan. You go to sleep at night. You intend to wake up a little bit later, and when you wake up, you first try to roll out real fast. If that works, yay. If it doesn't, you do these other exercises. In your imagination, you are moving your hands. Your physical body's not moving, but you're moving your hands, doing different things with your hands, your feet, your arms, things like this. And it's into detail of why that works. But yeah, it works. And if it doesn't, you fall back to sleep. You wake up again a little bit later, and you do it again. Then you fall back to sleep, and you wake up again. There's one part of the technique is that you actually wake up and get out of body and go in the other room, look in the mirror, drink some water, walk around. Maybe you look at your hands, do a reality check. I'm awake. This is real. Is this real? Reality check. What's this look like? And then you go back after a little bit, and you go back to sleep in your bed, and then you do some more of these same techniques. So generally speaking, that's my favorite technique. Michael Raduga's the phase. Okay. All right, but I want to hear, because there's a lot more. I got out of body one time by doing a release technique, and I released. What was I holding on to? I'm laying in bed. I want to get out of body. What am I holding on to? Well, I'm holding on to the physical universe and physical reality. Okay. What might be some of the reasons I'm hanging on to physical reality? So I did these release questions, and man, I got out in 90 seconds. I went. I got up in the morning and fooled around for a little bit doing stuff. And around 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 in the morning, I took a little quick nap to do this release experiment. So I laid down, closed my eyes, and I started asking myself the release questions. The idea being could these release questions help me let go of the physical universe, physical reality, physical consciousness, the physical body? And yeah, it did. It worked in like 90 seconds. I was asking myself these questions and answering them while I'm laying in bed with my eyes closed. And I asked one more question, and all of a sudden I open my eyes, and I'm still trying to figure out the answer to the question. And I'm looking at I'm sitting on my butt in the grass next to a fence with some green vines growing up the fence, little pasture fence, barbed wire and stuff like that. And then right next to me was a car parked in the field, and I was sitting right next to the car, and it was one of those 1957 classic Chevys. 57 Chevy Classic. It was the one that's two-tone, light blue and white, about the color of what that kind of blue right there, that sky blue. And I was sitting right next to it, and I was still trying to answer the question. I go, oh, what? It worked! Oh my God! That fast, I shifted consciousness into another realm. So that was another favorite one. That only worked a few times, though. What can happen is that you can find a technique that works for you once, twice, but your unconscious, subconscious system will come into play to protect you. Like you might have some subconscious or conscious fears, worries, or concerns about what might happen if you go out of body, go into the astral, lose contact or lose touch with your physical body. Some people are afraid if they leave, they'll never come back. And they need to come back because they have responsibilities here, they got family they got to take care of and stuff. And they're afraid that they won't be able to be disciplined enough to come back, so they don't want to go out in the first place. There's all kinds of subconscious or unconscious reasons that we are not allowing ourselves to let go of this reality system and get out of body and manifest ourselves or manifest the reality around us in some other consciousness shifted frequency range of belief system territory. So there's all kinds of that stuff going down. So anyway, I just wanted to do a quickie on the out-of-body stuff. I've always loved it, and I've decided I'd focus more on that these days and share my thoughts and stuff. And at this time, encourage you guys that know how to get out of body. They have researched and done all kinds of techniques. Share some that you only tried. It only worked once, but it was good. It worked once, though. And it's not my favorite because it only worked once. But yeah, share those too. We want to hear about it. Alrighty? Alrighty. That's all for now. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.